The King's Exile. Written by Andrew Swanston, read by David Thorpe. The moral right of the author has been asserted. Chapter 1. 1648. On a frosty March morning, the soldiers came at dawn. Thomas Hill, asleep above his bookshop in Love Lane, was woken by the crack of their boots on the frozen cobblestones. One of the soldiers hammered on the bookshop door and demanded it be opened in the name of Parliament. Thomas jumped out of bed and pulled on a woolen shirt and thick trousers and stockings. It would not do to answer the door in his nightshirt, especially to soldiers. With King Charles held in Carisbrooke Castle, while politicians and generals argued about what to do with him, there were stories of houses being broken into and men dragged off for no more reason than a word out of place or a feather in the cap. No sensible man welcomed a visit from a troop of soldiers of any kind. He ran down the stairs and through the shop. He unlocked the door and stood in the doorway. There were 4 soldiers, 3 of them wearing the woolen caps, red coats and grey breeches of parliamentary infantrymen, and the 4th, their captain, a jacket of buff leather. All 4 were armed with pistols and swords.
"Are you Thomas Hill?"
demanded the captain. "I am." The captain took several sheets of paper from inside his jacket.
"Thomas Hill, are you the author of this?"
Thomas took the papers from the captain and glanced at them. There were any number of political pamphlets circulating, but he could guess which one this was, the only one to which he had ever put his name. A few on mathematics and philosophy, but only one which touched on politics, and even that was more philosophical than political. "I am? What of it?"
"Thomas Hill, in the name of the people, I arrest you for inciting actions against Parliament."
"Can you read, Captain?"
"I am obeying orders."
"I thought not. If you could, you would be aware that this pamphlet, written by me some months ago, argues for a strong Parliament to represent the people and for that Parliament to work in conjunction with the King for the common good. Am I to be arrested for that?" The 3 soldiers who had been standing to attention behind their captain and staring straight ahead shuffled their feet and looked sheepish.
"My orders are to arrest you and take you to Winchester Jail to await trial,"
replied the captain. "This is absurd."
"Those are my orders. You are to come with us."
"And if I refuse?"
"Then you will be taken by force. My orders are clear."
Orders, orders, the soldier's conscience. Thomas studied the captain's weather-beaten face. It was impassive. There was to be no argument, and resistance would be foolish, merely an invitation to violence. Better to do as he was told and get this nonsense over with. "My sister and nieces are upstairs. Am I permitted to say goodbye?" The captain hesitated.
"Very well. 2 minutes, no more."
Thomas ran back upstairs. The girls were crying, and Margaret was ashen. They too had been woken and had heard everything. He hugged each of them. "Now, don't fret. This is nothing, just a mistake. I'll be home again in no time. I'll send word. Pass me that shirt, my dear. I may need a spare." He put it on over the other. "There, that should keep me warm. Now, kiss your uncle, girls, and look after your mother while I'm gone. I'll see you again very soon." He turned to Margaret. She, too, was weeping. "It's really a harmless pamphlet, my dear. They can't keep me locked up for long." Since her husband had been killed 6 years earlier at the start of the war, Margaret and her daughters had lived in Romsey with Thomas. "I wish you hadn't written it, Thomas. I knew it would bring trouble." Thomas kissed her cheek. "Indeed, you said as much, but it's really nothing. Best if I go with them for now. I'll be home tomorrow, just you see if I'm not." He put on his boots and his thickest coat and hurried back down the stairs. He stuffed a hunk of bread and a piece of cheese.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?